So hi guys, I am Melvin Salazar Lloren from BSED Social Studies 2A, and I am here today to have a speech for the notion resolved that the Philippines will adopt a federal-parliamentary system of government, and I am in the affirmative side. So let's get started. In the Philippines, we adopt a unitary presidential form of government where there is only one administration that is obliged to run and manage the entire country. And for many years, we have been applying this form of government, but until today, we still find the word development. So by that, perhaps we need to change the form of government as we have been stuck in this situation for so long due to the insufficient presidential system that the Philippines have. So before we dealt with the notion resolved that the Philippines will adopt a federal parliamentary system of government, first, let us know what is federal and a parliamentary system of government is. So, federal. Federal is a form of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and a number of constituent special regions. So, on the other hand, the parliamentary system is a form of government in which the party or coalition with the greatest representation in the legislature forms the government, and its leader becomes the prime minister, or it is called prime minister. And if we try to combine these two, we will have a federal parliamentary system in which the two ideologies of these systems are fused. So, in a place where it is archipelagic or multilingual or multicultural like the Philippines, it is more logical to actually have an administrative setup that is federal in character. So, in this system, there are states or regions that will be established, and these regions will have a sense of ownership over the population of the states or regions, depending on maybe on their linguistic or economic or practical reasons for coming together. So, the regions are contributing some but not the majority of the state's money to the national treasury. And the majority of the region's wealth will be allocated to their chosen projects and will also be used for their budget and the beautification of their state. Unlike the current structure of the territorial administration, almost of their income will be passed to the national treasury, and the national will just give them funds for whatever chosen projects will they use for that budget. So if the national if the national treasury had this responsibility, the government above will also have a bigger responsibility for the reason that they should give back developmental funds to the regions. And in fact, it consumes much time to outburst that funds going back to the specific regions. Whereas in the federal parliamentary form of government, the majority of the wealth of the regions have direct access to the use that is usable for regions development. They have been able to sort of balance and spread the wealth because they are the one who is holding their treasures. So they also have the right to make their own policies, tax incentives to catch investors, and companies to have more job opportunities. So the Philippines should change the form of government because if we still follow and apply the presidential system, the registered voters are still the ones who will elect officials to rule the country. This opens to the idea of voting for candidates who are popular, just like artists, just like any other influencers, which results in a misleading and bad exercise of democracy. Whereas in the parliamentary, the registered voters will vote for a party list, and the member of the winning party list are the ones who will decide and vote on who will be the leader that they will choose, mainly because they know that he or she is capable, intelligent, and deserving leader. And with that, we can prevent popularity contests and political dynasties, just like the presidential form of government. On the political dynasties, there are colors And furthermore, in the parliamentary form of government, there were eyes on every action in every department. Whereas in the presidential, there are many chances of corruption exercise. In the parliamentary, aside from the party who are elected by the voters, there is what we call shadow opposition that has only job of citing every action in the government. We have a prime minister and the head ministers in every department. On the other hand, we also have the shadow prime minister and shadow head minister in every department coming from the opposition. That is why if they don't function very well, they will be easy to monitor and easy to expel. In fact, there are many countries using parliamentary form of government like the Australia, the Austria, Belgium, Canada, Germany, and Switzerland, and they are considered rich countries in the world. Meanwhile, the countries that are using the presidential form of government are Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, Nigeria, and Venezuela are considered developing countries or poor countries. And one of that is the Philippines. So it is obvious that our government is mixed with a dirty system. And if the progress that we dream about is much difficult to reach, then it deserves to be changed. It is deserved to take risk than to stay like this with no changes. Maybe it is hard at the start, but it only needs adjustments and it is natural for me. So thus, federal parliamentary system is what I see as the best form of government that we may have.